Let's start out with the news. The border czar is in Minneapolis. But let's start with a news overview from NBC News. Thank you all for joining me. Let's get nice and started.
Good morning. Good to have you with us. I'm Joe Fryer. Savannah is on assignment. We begin this morning in Minneapolis, where the Trump administration is taking action after the fatal shooting.
Before we do, just reminder, please subscribe, blah, blah, blah. This is the Gamba level. This is the taxation level. Western taxpayers, this is your time to show your love. Developing world taxpayers, this is your time to show you are superior to the Westerners. Let's motherfucking go.
Shooting of ICU nurse Alex Preddy. The Department of Homeland Security says that the 2 Border Patrol agents involved in his death have now been placed on administrative leave. The move marks a shift.
Kubashi, yeah, reach out. Why not?
In the administration's response to the deadly incident, Border Patrol Commander GREG Bovino initially told reporters over the weekend the agents involved had been reassigned. Bovino himself has since received orders to leave Minneapolis. Mounting backlash from protesters across the country and lawmakers within his own party are now pushing President Trump to change course in the wake of.
Have you guys seen them sharing the video of Bovino being a proactive community defender, as if that's a negative thing? As if that shows that he would have gone and shot up a bunch of ICE agents. You're just making us love him more. Like, what the hell? I love how on the left it works in reverse. There's a lot of Dems shared videos of him, like, mourning American veterans. And, like, especially international leftists were like, I'm not sure I like this. But then they showed, the Republicans showed videos of him, videos that are not confirmed to be real, by the way, of him fighting ICE during different days. And international leftists are like, oh no, he's based. Violence against brake lights. Come on, brake lights have rights. Unless you're colorblind. Sorry.
Saturday's deadly shooting.
No, wait. With the lights, even if you're colorblind, you can see the brake light lighting up, right? Man, I love this setup. I'm sorry. I love this setup. My office looks fucking incredible. I'm sorry. Chat, are we a professional stream now? We're a professional stream. We just got to hit 3,333 subs. Keep looking as fresh as this. And keep improving. This is nice. Thank you, Chad. This feels good. This feels professional, okay? Professional.
But questions do still remain, with more Republicans calling for an independent probe and denouncing Tuesday's attack on Congresswoman Ilhan Omar at a town hall meeting. Now, on top of all that, outrage over the shooting could lead
Ilhan Fisticuffs Omar, bro. She got it, dude. She fucking got it, man.
To a partial government shutdown. A lot to cover.
The face on her security when she just went at that guy. That was class.
In a few minutes, we're going to talk with NBC News national politics reporter Jonathan Allen about how President Trump is trying to shift his tone. We begin with Washington reporter Alice Barr with the latest developments. Alice, good morning.
Good morning, Joe. President Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, is set to speak in about an hour from now in his first remarks since taking over ground operations in Minneapolis, trying to restore calm in a city in turmoil and in pain.
We already have that. Let's check it out. Jesus. How late can you be? There we go. Okay, let's check it out. So for those of you who do not know, Bovino has been kicked out, and a taller version of an Obergruppennsturmführer is now set to perform. Man, they sent a big secret agent, guys. Somebody's scared. Oh yeah, they sent the big guys, the serious dudes. Shut up and motivate chatters to do some Gamba. I wish, dude, I would love to do some Gamba today. After last stream especially, this week we lost an absurd amount of subscribers because of Twitch sabotaging. So balancing that out would be nice. Later we're going to talk about Tectone. Yes, we're gonna talk a little. I love some slop. I need some slop, okay? Tom Hogman, let's go.
Good morning. Too early, isn't it? Look, I've been given talking points, and I don't like reading speeches, never have. But My chief of staff did put some stuff down here in writing just to make sure I don't miss anything. So I'm going to be reading a little bit, and then we're going to open up for questions. I've been on the ground.
Lady, our big boss lady up in here, our big money lady, big money lady. Thank you, big money lady. Thank you very much.
Less than 3 full days. I got in here
It's broke on read, bro. Thank you, Lady DXD.
Monday.
As always.
President of the United States called me Monday morning and asked me to deploy here. Got here Monday evening, and I'm staying till the problem's gone.
What's the
But
problem?
We made a lot of progress.
What is the problem? Every single citizen of Minneapolis. What's the problem? Not shooting enough people or shooting people? I'm not sure we'd agree, bruv.
A lot of progress
A lot of progress.
in the last 3 days.
A lot of bovino, one might say.
Marcos Charles, he's running ICE operations here. There you go. Rodney Scott, Commissioner of Customs and Border Protection, standing here beside me. Good morning, I'm Tom Homan, Border Czar for President Trump. I'm here on behalf of the President, along with U.S.
Just calling himself
Commissioners.
border czar is already so fucking funny, dude. China is so winning. Oh, the LARP never stops, does it?
Commissioner of U.S. Customs and Border Protection, Rodney Scott, and Marcos Charles, who's leading the enforcement effort here right now. I've been on the ground since Monday to regain law and order in the city beloved by many, and work together to remove threats from the community. During the past administration, well, I'll remember, more than 10 million.
I love the I have been deployed. They are treating your cities as foreign deployment, American chatters. Who could have saw that coming? Oh, yeah, like every anti-imperialist who has ever lived since forever. He's got the headphone dent. I'm not sure.
Illegal aliens entered this nation. Many were more than 10 million illegal
Merhaba,
aliens
man.
entered this nation. Many were national security threats, public safety threats.
Oh, yes, yes.
We
incredible
can't
threats.
remember over 2 million known gotaways. 2 million people who paid more to get away. Why? That should scare the hell out of everybody. President Trump promised American people, including the residents of Minnesota, that he would work to ensure our communities are safe. And with that, this administration is absolutely focused on identifying removal aliens that pose a public safety threat and national security threats. And the numbers prove it. The data proves it.
What data? It doesn't. It doesn't. Immigrants and illegal immigrants do not, on average, commit higher rates of crime than. Dude, I'm talking to the Yugopna community. I don't need to say this. You all know this, but
In the past few days, I've met with
Yanks are protesting now. But as soon as the horrors are done by the military to brown people overseas, they will go back to ignoring it. Absolutely. One could hope, though. One could hope that now that they felt empire domestically, they might not treat it with as much ignorance as they did before, right?
Governor Waltz.
That's the hope, at least. Will that happen? Not incredibly likely, at least not on these levels. The violence needs to become much more widespread and much more targeted against the everyday American white people. Once that crescendo is reached, maybe then the levels of privilege might get equalized. But at the current moment, it doesn't look like it.
Attorney General.
It does add towards the contradiction of not being able to support foreign wars, though, because you've experienced it on your own skin. It is incredibly important for leftists and leftist organizations in the United States to continuously make those parallels, to remind the American population that what they are experiencing right now is bad and they must resist it, but it is a very minuscule part of what their military has done abroad. And by linking ICE to American military interventions abroad as the same thing, the same coin, just two sides, we might actually end up developing some sort of anti-imperialist consciousness inside of the American subject. That is what I am suggesting as praxis for the regular leftist on the ground. When it comes to whether they get it by themselves, some will, but the majority of them will not.
Ellison, Mayor.
Because to explain exactly why, this is not just anti-American propaganda or whatever, because it's real when it's happening to Americans due to American exceptionalism, and it's not real when it's happening somewhere else. It is a violation against sovereignty. It is a violation against civil rights. It is a violation against human rights. It is a violation against the very thing we stand for as a country when it is done to us. When it is done to somebody abroad, it is okay because they are not a real civilization. They don't have real civil rights. They are, hell, they should be grateful for the limited amount of violence that we are, doing upon them, because we could do much worse. That is why it's very difficult to explain to an American, even when he's experiencing violence on his own skin, that maybe he shouldn't do it to someone else, because in his mind, those two people from the imperial core and people from the imperial periphery have two very, very different ideas of what the other one considers normal and abnormal. And to the American, violence abroad is normalized. Violence domestically is not. Therefore, you can at the same time resist violence domestically, but nonetheless support violence abroad, because those two categories do not represent the same thing in your head. Those two, where the violence is done, plays a larger factor in your mind than the fact that violence is being done. You understand?
Numerous police chiefs and sheriffs, and I have more to meet. I'll also be continuing the dialogue with business and religious leaders in partnership with Minnesota, your community leaders. I'll be meeting with them too, because I want to hear what they have to say. In my meetings with folks so far, and most importantly, the governor and the AG, the Mayor Fry, we didn't agree on everything. I didn't expect to agree on anything. I've heard many people want to know why we're talking to people who they don't consider friends in administration. Bottom line is, you can't fix problems if you don't have discussions. I didn't come to Minnesota for photo ops or headlines. You haven't seen me. I came here to seek solutions, and that's what we're going to do.
Oh, throwing shade at Bovino, bro.
And we've come a long way, and we got some good wins for the people of Minnesota, I think, and for the administration and for the safety and security of this city. One thing we did agree on, though.
He's not only doing it because he's a great diplomat or whatever, but because he understands that the Democrats aren't looking for ICE to leave the city or for ICE to stop existing as a concept. The Democrats are just looking for a more efficient and more quiet ICE that will continue being deployed, both in their city and in general all over the states. Thank you, SG Day. SJD 54515. Thank you for the prime.
What I talked to agreed on was that community safety is paramount. One thing we all agreed on was U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement is a legitimate law enforcement agency that has a duty to enforce the laws enacted by Congress and keep this community safe. Like I've said many times for the last several years, even before this administration, jurisdictions that refuse to cooperate with federal immigration authorities are sanctuaries for criminals. Sanctuary cities are sanctuaries for criminals, and endangers the residents of the community. To be clear, we did not agree with Minnesota state and local officials that they would be involved in immigration.
Okay, this is extremely boring for now because he's just repeating the classic talking points that border control and ICE have been pushing for the last 10 fucking years.
Enforcement. I didn't ask them to be immigration officers. I'm asking them to be cops working with the cops to help us take criminal aliens off the street. What we did agree upon is not to release public safety arrests back in the community, and they could be lawfully transferred to ICE. I'll speak more about that. And they could be lawfully transferred to ICE. I'll speak.
They're talking about the protesters that were arrested.
More about that.
So they agreed with the Dems pretty much on that, most likely.
I will highlight that the Minnesota State Prison System under the Department of Corrections have been honoring ICE detainers. And we appreciate that important collaboration, and we're going to expand upon that. That decision has made Minnesota safer, not only for residents of Minnesota, but the men and women law enforcement. Not just ICE, all law enforcement. Rather than arresting the same public safety threat, significant public safety threat over and over again, they agree to work with us to identify those people and remove them.
That's incredible. That is actually incredible. There you go. Democrats selling out part 757. What he is saying is, hey, they keep telling us that we should only arrest violent illegal immigrants, not protesters or people that are intervening against ICE when they see ICE patrolling the streets and so on. They used to tell us that we cannot arrest those people. We can only arrest illegals. Now they're telling us that we can arrest them. We no longer have to wait for law enforcement, regular law enforcement to do it instead of us. We can do it ourselves because it's more practical. Probably they have some relatively strict definitions of who fits this category, but TLDR, it's very concerning. Holy shit, the liberals are working with the fascists? That's unbelievable.
I'm also pleased to announce I had a very good meeting with Attorney General Ellison, and he has clarified for me that county jails may notify ICE of the release dates of criminal public safety risks so ICE can take custody of them.
Now they're talking about the immigrants as well. Yeah, complete capitulation.
Upon the release.
The Minneapolis and Minnesota in general, what do you call it? Administration is completely capitulated at this point.
In the jail. And let me tell you why that's important. I know people are a lot concerned about the manpower has been set in law enforcement manpower. Look, I've said this many times before. I've said it for the last several years. Give us access to the illegal alien public safety threat and the safety and security of a jail. It's common sense. It's safer for the community, it's safer for the agent, and it's safer for the alien. Because anything can happen on a street arrest. It just makes common sense.
Yeah, we've heard this before. He is recommending the American prison system, be it private or state-run. He's recommending that whenever the prison system realizes that the person that is arrested is also an illegal, they should immediately transfer them to ICE instead of waiting for their sentence to be finished so that ICE can literally pick them up in front of the prison.
And for the people that argue, well, we're a welcoming community because we want victims and witnesses of crime that are here illegally to feel safe to come to police without fear they're working with ICE, we're not going to talk to the victim and witness of crime. There's no problem there. They should feel safe to come to police and ask for help. All we want is to talk to the person that local and state law enforcement authorities locked in a jail cell. They chose to lock this person up. That's who we want to talk to, the public safety threat. So that argument is that protects victim witnesses of crime. It's a bunch of crap. Victims and witnesses of crime don't want the bad guy back in their neighborhood either.
Oh yeah, the incredible argument. Okay, yeah, we should We should just create an intimate relationship between the American prison system and ICE so that we can just, in the dark of night, transfer people from normal detention centers, quote-unquote normal detention centers, to immigration detention centers without anybody noticing. Yeah. The Reich must collaborate with our prison systems. They must understand that we are creating a kind of Machtfrei alternative to the prison system. And they should adapt to our prison system, not vice versa. Yeah. That's what this is.
So great progress with the Attorney General and local sheriffs.
The potential fallout of this in the United States, the country that has more people in prison than any other place on planet Earth, arguably than all other places on planet Earth combined, potentially working with it's already working with, but like directly legally collaborating with the brown shirts is an insane suggestion, a literally insane suggestion.
One thing, when we have these agreements, it takes less long.
Liberals are already doing this. It changes nothing at all. Yeah, but in certain states, he is saying they should be doing it in all American states.
Forcing agents to do the job. One agent can arrest one bad guy in the safety and security of a jail where he's behind the wire. We know we don't have weapons. But when you normally release that public safety threat, illegal alien back in the community, we have a job to do. We're going to arrest him. So we're going to find him. And what happens is now we got to arrest somebody on his turf.
And what happens is we shoot a bystander. What happens is we murder a civilian. What happens is we blow the brains out of an American citizen. That's what happens. He's like, you should let us imprison them you should let us capture them in prison because we are very bad at our job. And if we have a job to do and we actually go out there in the streets, there's a high chance we might shoot a child. So give them to us already wrapped as a present in a jail cell, because otherwise we might shoot your disabled mother.
Access to who knows what weapons. Now we got to send the whole team out. Cover the back door, cover the front door, officer safety reasons. Then because of the hateful rhetoric and the attacks on ICE officers, now we got to send a security team behind the arrest team. So what could have been done with one person in safety and security jail?
Thank you so much for teaching us praxis, bro. Thank you very much for teaching us how to use up as much ICE resources as we can. Chat, write this down. Dot this down. There you go. A potential person that ICE wants to detain that is inside of their house, a person that they do not know whether is armed or not armed, is exponentially more expensive to track down and potentially arrest for ICE than anyone else. So there we go.
15, 16 people out there doing it. I know that causes stress in the community. So if we get these agreements in place, that means less agents on the street. More agents in the jail means less agents in the street.
And less American citizens whose brains we blow out because we don't know what we're doing.
This is common sense cooperation that allows us to draw down on the number of people we have here. Yes, I said it. Draw down the number of people here. Because we have the efficiency and safety of the jails and the prison. Matter of fact, I have staff from CBP and from ICE working on a draw-down plan. What does that look like based on the cooperation? What does that look like based on how many targets we have left to find? In my meetings with Governor Walz, A.G. Ellison, and Mayor Fry, as well as state and local law enforcement, again, I appreciate they all acknowledge that we do have federal immigration laws in this country that have been passed by Congress, and that ICE is in fact a legitimate law enforcement agency charged with enforcing those laws. We're not making this up, folks. ICE is enforcing laws enacted by Congress. They're a federal statute. That said, I'm not here because the federal government has carried this mission out perfectly. First thing I said to senior staff when I walked in here is what I told you earlier. I didn't come here looking for photo ops or headlines. I come here looking for solutions.
And I come here looking for Gamba, Gamba, Gamba. 45-minute reminder to subscribe, pay your taxes, exclamation point tax. Support the show for it is 100% ad-free, 100% sponsor-free. You get 10% discount on the program merch. You get to call yourself a child soldier. You get to be included in the tax number. And you get to spin numbers if we reach the goal. And if you correctly guess even or odd, you get to punish the worst people that have ever existed, Twitch motherfucking streamers, while doubling your gifted subscriptions. Subscribe now, support the show. It is very embarrassing that we are on 1 weekly Western taxpayer and 0 daily. So if there's a Westerner with a lot of dinero in this bitch, get us some new child soldiers, and please make me be level 1 because this is awkward. It is awkward. Yes, Yugo, hit the very expensive lens you have. Ooh, that is a great idea. We should make a movie about how much trauma does an ICE agent get from killing people on the street. They will definitely make a movie. What the hell are you talking about?
I do not want to hear that everything's been done here has been perfect. Nothing's ever perfect.
Yo, Barry saves the motherfucking day the way he has saved this stream many, many times, Barry. Be like Barry. I want crowd surfing. I want crowd surfing. You know what crowd surfing is? When like one super fan jumps up and then the rest of the heavy metal fans like move him around on top of the crowd. I want you to give that to Barry right now. Thank you very much, Barry. Everybody say thank you, Barry, and say thank you, Barry's wife's boyfriend. Okay? Crazy hamburger. Thank you very much, Barry. You fucking legend. Thank you very much. 20 new child soldiers this man has given me. First Western taxpayer of the day. And the second one of the week. Thank you very much, Barry. I love you.
Thank you.
The OG of the OGs. The OG of the OGs. Over 1,000 gifted subs, okay? I am talking about literally Xi Jinping here. I am talking about a man who has paid my mortgage so many times. Goose Major, what is up? Thank you for the 23 months. A fucking OG in chat. Thank you, Goose. A tactic felt inspired by Barry and gave me developing world taxes as well. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, a tactic. Barry subscribed as well. 6 months in advance. Barry, did you get like some big paycheck? Did your wife's boyfriend give you a lot of money? Thank you very much, Barry. That's basically another tax. A tactic, and Barry, thank you for the additional developing world taxes. Well, the stream needs to support as best as I can. Thank you very much. Titty tactic.
Proved on. And what we've been working on.
We can get the cat book back. Don't you worry, baby. Don't you worry. I have to mix and match.
Is making this operation safer, more efficient by the book.
In a month I get 2 checks. Please don't spend them all on me. Spend some on your wife's boyfriend.
The mission is going to improve.
Lily! They're competing. I love when this happens, but I have to say that I hate when this happens. They're competing. They're measuring dicks. Ladies, gentlemen, and MBs, welcome to what people with penises like to call measuring dicks. Everybody, okay, first we had senior executive Barry Balls of the stream fucking oil me up and pay their taxes. Now we have junior executive Goosted coming in and paying their taxes. Thank you very much, Goosted. Everybody say thank you, Goosted. You're very based, Goosted. But yes, they're measuring. They're dick measuring now. Scared the shit out of my dogs just now. They won't stop barking. L dogs, bro. L dogs. Get a skill issue. Tell your dog skill issue. I don't know why that thing is so loud, though. Can somebody like gift another 20 subs so I see how loud it is so I can fix the settings? But yeah, for now, Gusted and Barry are saying their dicks are the biggest. Barry gave a little bit more than Gusted with 6 months. So Barry's currently the big swinging dick, as always, almost always. In chat, let's see if anybody wants to compete. Am I using classic Freudian phallic tactics against you? Maybe.
The changes we're making internally. No agency or organization is perfect. President Trump and I, along with others in the administration, have recognized that certain improvements could and should be made. That's exactly what I'm doing here. As such, in meetings I've had with federal law enforcement...
It's actually crazy that he would admit that. But the phrasing is absolutely phenomenal. I would just murder a couple of people. Maybe we need to improve a little bit, only concentrate on murdering and kidnapping illegal immigrants and just immigrants in general. And sometimes, if we really feel it, citizens that are brown. But we fucked up to white people. It is a little bit bad. We were a little bit naughty. Subhuman leftist dogs, though. But we were a little bit naughty, okay? Our ICE agents were improperly checking their color palette lists.
Managers, including ICE and CBP.
Rest in peace. I don't want to make fun of the comrades.
Other federal partners, as well as state and local officials. I have conveyed the President's expectations with regard to federal immigration enforcement efforts. We will conduct targeted enforcement operations. Targeted. What we've done for decades. When we hit the streets, we know exactly who we're looking for. Good idea where we may find them. You have a criminal history. You have their immigration history. A lot of information about this person that we get from numerous...
This is unironically what the Democrats were begging for. More efficient system. So what he's saying is we're not just going to patrol the streets and ask people, yo, you look Mexican, are you Mexican? We're not going to go door to door in immigrant communities because that just spikes up rage and causes unnecessary drama, right? But you need to understand that the drama is half of the point. Fascism is 50% pageantry, 50% genocide. And whatever he's saying is going to be applicable, most likely, even if this is us imagining that he's telling the truth, is only going to be applicable in Minneapolis because it really blew back into their face. We have like a 75% disapproval rating of ICE, which is pretty fucking insane, even in a country as right-wing as the United States, right? So they might tone it down there. They might go back to Obama-style immigration enforcement. But outside of Minneapolis, they will have to continue the pageantry because that's half of the point, okay? The intimidation is half of the point, and the herder, we are doing something about the others' chest pumping by American reactionaries is what ensures the political project as they see it in the future to continue developing that particular pathway. So yeah, that's how I'm at least seeing this particular speech and this development.
The base is out there. Targeted, strategic enforcement operations. That's traditionally been the case, and that's where we're going. That's what we're going to continue to do and improve upon that. With a prioritization on public safety threats. I want to be clear. I don't read a lot of social media. I don't read a lot of media. I don't believe half what I see. We are not surrendering the President's mission in immigration enforcement. Let's make that clear. Prioritization of criminal aliens doesn't mean that we forget about everybody else. That's just simply ridiculous. But when you have a criminal standing here and a non-criminal standing there, that criminal always should be targeted first because he's a significant concern to the safety.
But the non-criminal will also be targeted. Yes, thank you for saying the loud part out loud.
And security of the community. by at large for decades, ICE and CBP have carried out their duties with integrity, professionalism, and compassion. That remains the expectation under President Trump, and I will, hold our agents and officers to that standard. I'm almost done, and Tom can be Tom. As far as the agitators, that said, I want to reiterate and make very clear I want to make it clear, ICE and CBP officers are performing their duties in a challenging environment under tremendous circumstances.
Oh, come on.
But they're trying to do it with professionalism.
Helicopter, helicopter.
If they don't, they'll be dealt with. Like any other federal agency, we have standards of conduct. They are sworn law enforcement officers working tirelessly to enforce our country's border security and immigration laws, protecting the interests of our country and preventing dangerous people from walking the
Some
street.
people are buying merch. Let's see if it's you guys. 1 second. Let's see if it's you guys. 2 people bought merch since we started the stream. No, 4 people bought. But I want to see if it's you, cunts, or if it's someone else. So we have Iqbal, who is not from chat, so literally bought it without a discount. Then we got somebody. Oh, good job. I'm not going to tell their name. Starts with M. Good job. We have 1 buyer from chat. Let me see how many people actually bought using 30 people. I have Hakeem and Second Thoughts so beat because on their personal channels, they have discounts as well. And I have a discount for you guys. And we're kicking ass, okay? We're kicking ass. They only give their discounts to their patrons, right? Sometimes more expensive than subscription. We are kicking their ass by far. So good job, chat. Very good. The Yugo head's on top, bro. Wait, there's merch? Goose Majeure, I swear to God, some of you guys like touch too much grass. I know I advised all of you to touch grass, but you are overdoing it. Are you serious? You haven't been seeing the bot constantly spam. You haven't seen the bot just constantly spam. The coolest fucking merch ever, dude. It is so good. It is so fucking good. I have all of these, man. It is so good. It is so good. It's so good, dude. No, I'm sorry, but we murdered it with this one. And if you're a subscriber, you can get it 10% off now. The live stream link, low-key goated. I was literally just buying merch and saw the live link on the website. That's cool. That's cool. It's very cool.
To this nation when they're not supposed to be here to begin with.
Oh, another purchase. What the fuck are we doing? Okay, did I actually hype you cunts up, or what's happening? Now we have... no joke. Like, the subscription is $5-6. Only if you buy a shirt, only if you buy 1 t-shirt. You've already offset what you paid. I got another one, but this one was bought by a mod. They have a crazy discount, okay? They have a break-even discount. But still, okay, another sale to Twitch. GG. GG. Oh, Barry, you fucking did it. Now I know where you live, Barry. I am visiting you. Don't get turned on. Barry is just on a spending streak. Barry's like, fuck it, let's go.
Men and women of ICE, I was a Border Patrol agent. I was an ICE agent. I was the first ICE director that came up through the ranks. I spent over 40 years doing this. These men and women...
Imagine the entirety of your life being like capturing like just regular people and making sure they can't continue their regular lives. What kind of a very sad existence. And we all know how he explains it to himself. He's keeping his community safe. He's keeping his culture safe. He is keeping his way of life safe. All the self-directed gaslighting that a troglodyte like this would do. But still, so many years. To do it for so many years, kind of impressive. Impressively dumb. Motherfucker Ice has been around for 23 years. He means like he's been doing the other stuff, but yeah. He's been doing other stuff. Then they made Ice, and back when Ice was not that relevant, he managed to rise through the ranks. That's the general spiel. Wait, what did he post? What the hell? Wait, 1 second. Is this for 14 hours? Embarrassing promo? Is this relating to... Oh, yes, it is. Wait. Okay, sorry. 1 second. I want to check this out. Embarrassing promo. I think it's about Ice.
I did you with that banjo.
We got the most mainstream YouTuber fucking dropping anti-Ice bombs every fucking day. Be careful. They might say you were planning. This man, Penguins Zero, he was planning on killing ICE agents. He was planning on murdering all of them. He was going to kill all of them.
Kazooie, because we got a wacky one coming in hot today. Over the years, I've made quite a few videos clowning on those promo videos or PR material, PR campaign type pitches from really out-of-touch politicians where...
Relevant video maximizing, yeah. This is good.
In an honest and easy...
Keep your eyes peeled. We don't want to miss any telltale signs.
Smell any funny spices?
Я ничего не вижу, босс. Эй, придави документы.
What?
Паспорт давай, ебарь, мам.
I don't fucking understand you.
А, да ты по-английски не шаришь. Что за хуйня с тобой? Я говорю, паспорт покажи. Все вы нелегалы как один. Ты по гражданским арестам, ты понял? Америка — страна возможностей, а я воспользуюсь возможностью послать тебя обратно через границу, откуда ты приперся.
What?
Very good, Joseph. Real fine. We'll make a civilian protector of our nation's borders from undesirable elements of you yet. Sorry, citizen, just a training exercise.
Ah, okay. Well, I'm so glad that you patriots are out here defending this fine American desert sand.
Well, thank you.
When you could be in town fucking some girls and further destroying the gene pool.
Hey, there's a real problem here.
Да, люди, мотивированы необходимостью прокормить свои семьи, едут сюда работать по-черному за копейки и прут в эту страну.
It's a disaster! And that's why we formed the Civil Border Patrol. Wait! My patriot meter's going.
Choosing to make him Russian is a very weird choice, but I'll go with it. Whatever. Very weird choice, but still, great sketch.
They're trying to do something, but they're like
Oh wait, they made him Ukrainian? Ah, okay, now it makes more sense. I'm sorry, that was just too easy.
extremely bad at it. It's very clear they're really unfamiliar with what they're doing, so it's all just...
No, this is literally Brighton Beach residents in NYC. Ah, okay. It's an inside joke that I never that I don't get. Okay.
It's really fake and performative. Like that one politician who was pretending to fill up his truck, and it was abundantly clear he had no fucking clue how to pump his own gas. I don't remember who that was now at this point. But I've always enjoyed laughing at those things, and today I saw a really interesting one here from Christy Gnome that had me giggling.
Here we are with Marco and
Oh my
Brian
God.
today. They're letting me roll.
And the two guys didn't think to, the other two guys didn't think to tell her. The camera guy didn't think to. I don't think they like you, lady. There's at least 3 dudes here, the camera guy and these two, and they saw you doing what you're doing, and they didn't think they should maybe, advise you
Then we're going to go out and
how to hold a fucking rifle.
pick up somebody who I think is got charges of human trafficking. We earlier had an op that swept up somebody who was wanted for murder, so appreciate the good work that they do every day, and we appreciate them working to make America safe.
Now, I know this video
That's fucking legendary.
isn't super new. It's from 2025, but a buddy of mine sent it to me, and I've just been kind of giggling about it, so I wanted to yap. It's just so comical. I couldn't resist here. This drooling moron
She's about to do ice on ice violence.
is pointing the gun directly at that dude's head. I can't believe this shit wasn't shut down immediately.
He was scared. He was like, holy shit.
It's just so embarrassing. This is absurd. And I bet there's probably a lot of cope out there from people saying, no, I bet it's not actually pointed at the guy's head. It probably clears it. We just can't really tell from the camera angle. But I would argue, wiggling my finger, we can actually tell a lot from the camera angle and also from that dude's response to it, his reaction to it, because it seems like he noticed and side-eyed it and took a little bit of an uncomfortable shimmy backwards, and even then I don't think he fully got out of line with the muzzle. This is still, at the end of the day, something you just don't do. Like, I feel like most people, even their first time handling a gun, would most likely not point it directly down the fucking gullet of their friend next to them. I imagine most people's instinct would be to, like, point it away from them, like...
She instinctively points the gun at dogs. Even dogs of the state. That was a good one.
Most people would do it at the ground. That's, like, the normal thing to do. So, like, what the fuck is this? And she just had so much filler put into her face over the years that some of it has started to seep through the blood-brain barrier and she gave herself a lobotomy. Like, this is just nuts. It just feels extremely performative, and it makes me feel like she's never actually handled a gun in her life outside of the time she shot her dog. No one who has had any level, even the most, like, rudimentary understanding of firearms, would do what she is doing here. And the agent to her left noticed it, looked a little freaked out for a second, then took, like, a slight step back to maybe get the barrel a little outside of his fucking temple that it was pointed at. But, I mean, I can't believe they didn't shut that shit down. Are they paying attention? Like, are they lucid? Like, I don't know how that was allowed to persist throughout the entire video. Even if the gun is not loaded, it doesn't matter. The very first rule of handling firearms, and this doesn't matter if you're John Wick or fucking Paul Cheeseburger that just happened to go to a local gun range, the very first rule of handling firearms is to treat every gun as if it were loaded. And boy howdy, let me tell you, you'll never guess what the second rule of firearm safety is that Christy just wipes her whole asshole with. Don't point a gun at something you don't intend to destroy. It doesn't matter your level of experience. These two things, the first and second rule, are drilled into your head immediately upon any kind of training or any kind of course, or if you even just went for 30 minutes with your frat brothers to a fucking shooting range. They hammer these points home because they are so important. I can't imagine a world where someone handles a gun without knowing at least these two things. Even if you've never shot a gun, you have probably heard both of these rules before. They are that popular and that well known. And yet, here she is, pointing a gun at that dude's noodle right next to her. It's crazy, and it really makes me question what their training must look like if they're letting this clown march in there and flag him like that for the entire duration of the video. It's so painfully cringe. Even if she just...
Sorry, I'm grabbing a snack. I'm still here, don't worry.
...like, quickly Googled how to handle a rifle, or asked AI, like, hey Grok, how do I handle a rifle for this promo video I'm filming? The first two things it will tell you, most likely, are to treat it as though it's loaded, even if it's not, and to not point it at something you don't intend to shoot. I actually just tried it myself. I don't use AI for anything, but Google has the AI overview on everything that you search, so I just typed in how to handle a rifle, and literally the first two things it says: handle a rifle safely by always treating it as loaded, keeping the muzzle pointed in a safe direction. It's so embarrassing. I guess she'd been watching some action movies or maybe reading comic books, so wanted to strike a cool pose that she might have saw somewhere there. And like the agent next to her is pointing in the same direction, but I can't imagine there's like a 7-foot tall dude right next to him that's getting the fucking muzzle like straight down his gullet like he is here from her. So I can't imagine he's flagging anyone off camera. But Christy, hooey, she clearly is. In front of God and anime, we can see that she is flagging this man like a motherfucker. I can't believe they wouldn't teach her just like the basic fundamentals of handling a weapon. Like, not even muzzle awareness or anything, so they just let her flag him for the whole video. And I know I've just used that term multiple times in quick succession. I'll briefly explain what it means. I've been on a real revolver kick recently, so this is my newest one. It's a Smith & Wesson 45. It's unloaded. I would never point a loaded weapon at you, but it's this.
You can point it because we are behind a camera. He said as he does it though. It's funny. Sorry, I rushed that one. Sorry, I needed some snacks. I needed some snacks. You know that. This is me when I'm snacking. Is this me when I'm? This is literally me. But is this literally you? Yeah, it's literally me. It's.
What do you want?
Oh my God, I hate YouTube so much. Did they mention that I hate YouTube? It is a very bad platform.
What do you want? Come here.
Tell Daddy, what's your face? I'm gonna snack.
Snacks!
Come here and tell me what you want.
Snacks! Okay, so that's why I was off cam, chat. Apologies. Oh,
That was me flagging you. You noticed how the muzzle pointed directly at you there? I've heard one person refer to it as sweeping, but I was taught flagging, so that's always been the nomenclature I use. So when you flag someone, it's when you unintentionally point the muzzle of a firearm at them. It's a big no-no. As you can imagine, it's something people take pretty seriously because no one wants to get shot.
yeah.
And in this video, it is so fucking obvious Christy has no clue what she is doing. Obviously what you're supposed to do, and it doesn't take some kind of enlightened super genius intellect to put this puzzle together, you're supposed to point a firearm in a safe direction. But typically, that'll be people pointing it at the ground, which is exactly what Christy should have done in this video here, but instead she wanted to hit the goddamn Yosemite Sam here, just blasting the muzzle right at that dude's skull. I cannot believe nobody stopped her from doing that, and I can't believe that guy noticed it and then still let it continue. He just took like a slight step back, but he still didn't even fully get out of the way from the muzzle, it doesn't seem.
They were too enamored by doing the potential LARP to care even about their own safety.
Carry that badge and gun or American pay.
Only cucks are into guns. Real men use their bare hands. Only cucks use their bare hands. Real men only use their cocks. Only cucks use their cocks. Real men use their assholes. Only cucks use their assholes. Real men use their mouths. They kiss everything to death. He's like, fuck it, kill me. We're base campaign speech from Greg Stoker. Dude, I just want to see... I really want to be in Bovino's head right now. That guy must be... Is there any exit interview by Bovino or like any comment by Bovino since he was removed? That man must be on suicide watch.
I spent the most formative years of my life in the special operations community. I did 4 combat deployments in the 75th
I interviewed this guy.
Ranger Regiment to Afghanistan, and I am now an anti-imperialist veteran activist, geopolitical analyst, and journalist. I just want to come here and speak briefly. I think we're in an existential information war for the soul of the future of this country. And I just want to start normalizing the idea that the next forever war that we are going to fight is not going to be in Iran. It's not going to be in Venezuela. It's going to be here, and it's already arrived. So this is a continuation of the unfortunately horribly named and completely ill-fated global war on terror that has no strategic or achievable goals, and it was a quagmire that devastated 7 different countries, killed and displaced millions of people. The same tactics, techniques, and procedures, forms of repression, surveillance, spyware, policing tactics that we exported overseas because they worked in some measure are now here on our own streets. This is not a partisan issue, not at all. There is no opposition party to this. The Democrats will not save you. Electoral politics will not save any of us. Greg Bovino is going. Tom Homan, who was the czar under Obama when he was called the deporter-in-chief, is coming back around. This has been built administration after administration, just like how the Democrats and the Republicans both vote to keep sending money to Israel and foreign wars and vote for bigger and bigger defense spending every year. It's here. This is a nonpartisan issue because we can't afford to be divided along political lines and, neo-tribal online forums. So, it's here, and it's scary for a lot of people, but remember, in Iraq, or Afghanistan with all the guns and the bombs and the surveillance tech and all the intelligence support in Afghanistan and those foreign wars, it didn't work out. It did not work out, and it's not going to work out here. All right? Because we are going to start as communities across the country in united sovereignty with each other. We're going to start building dual power outside of the state, which can only at this point offer you violence. All of these tech billionaires and oligarchs that control our government and multinational corporations are trying to turn collapse into control. So if you think that our institutions aren't working anymore, no one's actually fighting to uphold them, you're smart, because that's exactly what's happening. So if they want to control, destroy, collapse these institutions, we need to build our own. And Minneapolis has been the front line in that, in terms of mutual aid networks, community defense, supporting each other, coming together across political lines. They're field testing right here. They are field testing military occupation throughout the country. We are also field testing alternate sources of power. And we're going to win. I'm done yapping. Thanks so much.
Incredible. 10 out of 10. If he means what he says, he's got my support. Bravo. Those of you who listen to me regularly understand how difficult it is for me to say anything positive, no matter how many times they've apologized to a U.S. veteran. This guy's our guy. Or I'm very naive. This guy's our guy. That was beautiful. That was beautiful, and that was correct, and that was dialectical, and that was anti-imperialist to the fucking core. That was good. It was also inspiring. I liked it. He was on the flotilla as well, yes. More importantly, he was on the Deprogram podcast. Dude, I interviewed the future president of America, okay? Yes, there it is. Outcast from the colony 9 months ago. 9 months ago. Holy shit. Look how shit my camera was back then, chat. Look how shit my camera was back then, chat. Woo! We're looking good now, boy. We're looking good now. Which reminds me, we are past the first hour. I didn't even shill properly. Subscribe to the show. Pay your taxes. ! Tax. Subscribe individually. Use your Prime. You immediately get a discount on the merch over on deepprogramshop.com. Send us money because we don't have sponsors or advertisers so that we can better our cameras. Okay? So I don't look like this anymore. Okay? Look at this man. Look at this man. Okay? Look at that room. Look at this room. Look at that lighting. Look at this lighting. This was all bought by chat. Your money actually goes into the show. 10% of it goes to the producer. You are buying stake in this socialist enterprise. And also it feels really good to gamble. And if we reach this, we get to gamble. I'm giving you an ethical reason to subscribe. I'm giving you an emotional one to subscribe. And I'm giving you a degenerate reason to subscribe, which is Gamba. So pay your taxes, oil me up, subscribe individually, get discounts, and potentially Gamba and punish the streamer. Literally no other show gives you these many bonuses. No other show. I can't believe you used my money to reverse the layout of your room. Fuck you, motherfucker. You cunt. Fuck you, Pizza Famine. That was good. But also go fuck yourself. But it was funny. 59 subs to Gamba. Let's reach that and let's spin some wheels because that would be absolutely fantastic. Going back to this man's speech.
Patriots. They put themselves on the line for this nation every day. But I want you to remember, they don't hang their badge. They don't hang their heart on a hook every day they come to work. They're mothers and fathers too. They're sons and daughters too. And if they've seen a fraction of the tragedies I've seen in my career, they take a lot of damage home to every day.
Yeah, quit. Don't do it then. Don't do it then. Go fuck yourself, fuck your wife, fuck your... Okay, not your children. Your children didn't have a choice. Fuck your wife, fuck your husband for choosing to date and go out with an ICE agent. I do not care about them, okay? The thing that's making you fucking depressed is that, like, speck of a moral compass that you have buried deep underneath piles upon piles of immoral, hateful shit. Concentrate on that speck of dust, and it might actually eat through the shit, and you might become a human being again.
A new child soldier,
and we will welcome you with open arms. But until then, you should feel very bad, and you should trust your human instinct on why you feel bad, because your human instinct is telling you that what you are doing is bad. But also fuck your wife. Fuck that stupid ass hoe for dating a fucking ICE agent, and fuck your husband. Fuck that stupid ass piece of shit for dating somebody who's nice. Okay? Okay. Thank you, Sally Pocketful, for the taxes again. Sally, you're brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much.
The things they've seen, especially on the border with border agents, people drowning in the river, women being raped by criminal cartels, giving CPR to a baby that was thrown in the river by the cartels because Border Patrol came too close. So let's throw the baby in the river. That way the Border Patrol was concentrating on that so I can get away.
Yeah. What would have happened to the baby, God rest its soul, what would have happened to the baby if it wasn't drowned in the river? What would you have done to the baby if it wasn't dead? You would have put it in a camp? Yeah. Okay.
These men and women see some terrible things. But I want you to remember, they're mothers and fathers too. Many of them are members of this community. God bless every one of them. The hostile rhetoric and dangerous threats and hate must stop.
And if you don't want violent organized criminals to misuse mass immigration as a tool to develop their own alternate economies, maybe don't ruin the global south indirectly. Don't ruin the global south and don't cause all those mass migrations as a direct result of it. Blah, 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 all cliches. I hate saying these cliches. They're so cliche. Everybody knows this.
And we all agreed to that. All everybody met here to tell you, we got to stop the rhetoric, the hateful rhetoric that has caused an increase in assaults. That has caused, because of that, having to send security teams out with arrest teams, which surge the city with additional resources.
Seriously, after that beautiful show, only Sally oiled me up. Only Sally paid their developing world taxes. You're telling me 500 of us, only two Westerners, only two rich Westerners in chat. Something's off about that. I don't believe it. Statistically, 450 people, only two rich Westerners. There's at least 30 rich Westerners. At least 30 rich Westerners here that can pay their tax. I'm looking at you. Goosted. Barry, you need to call them out. Call your bros out. Call your big money motherfuckers out.
Because of the rhetoric, because of the threats, because of the assaults. Again, with the agreements we've achieved.
Boosted, shut the fuck up. Don't ruin my shill sesh, okay?
And following through the agreements, with the rhetoric dropping down, that allows us to pull more agents out once we feel the environment safer. I begged.
Thank you, materialistis. Thank you very much.
For the last 2 months on TV, for the rhetoric to stop. I said in March, if the rhetoric didn't stop, there's going to be bloodshed. And there has been. I wish I wasn't right.
God, the cliche.
I don't want to see anybody die. Not officers, not members of the community, and not the targets of our operations.
They are doing such a PR pivot. Holy Mother of God. They're really hoping that Democrats are watching this and listening. Democrat voters, at least. Because they understand that the majority of them do just want to go back to brunch.
Wonderful.
And they do want to have, the invisible, what was he called when he was under Obama? This guy also worked under Obama. The border director or something. They just want to go back to brunch. They want to see a well-respected white man in a suit tell them that they will no longer be patrolling the streets. They will no longer be doing large operations that might actually end up killing a white son or a daughter, and that everything will return to normal. Border czar. I know that he's called border czar, but he was called something else under Obama. Wasn't he? The porter-in-chief. The porter-in-chief. There you go. The porter-in-chief. There you go. Yeah. They just want that. I've been saying this since they killed that lovely lady in Minneapolis. That's the entire pitch. Tim Walz has said it himself when he was begging Trump on both of his knees. We want mass deportation. We just don't want it done in this way.
For the people out there who don't like what ICE is doing, if you want certain laws reformed, then take it up with Congress. Again, ICE is making this up. They're enforcing laws enacted by Congress and signed by the President. The same laws have been on the books for the last 6 presidents I worked for. I started with President Reagan and ending with President Trump. Every administration, we enforce the same laws. If you don't like what ICE is doing,
Guy's so out in the open, it's incredible. He's like, guys, we've been doing this forever. We just are doing this very loudly now because we like the pageantry.
instead of protesting this building, go protest Congress. Tell me what changes. You have your First Amendment rights. I support that. You have the right to protest. I'm just asking you to keep it peaceful.
Keep it useless.
But threatening law enforcement officers, engaging in impeding and obstruction and assault is never okay. And there will be zero tolerance. You interfere, impede, assault ICE officers, you will be arrested. Like I said a bit earlier in my meetings with Governor Walz and Ellison and Frey, as well as state and local law enforcement, I appreciate they acknowledge this, that public safety should be paramount. The chiefs I've talked to committed to responding to 911 calls when protesters turn violent, agents are in a dangerous situation, and there's assaults. They have committed.
FD has a good video on the shifting mindsets.
Right here. So specifically,
I watched this. Yeah, we watched you partially this on here, I believe. Thank you, though. Thank you.
Upholding public safety and responding to the needs, not to enforce immigration law, but to keep the peace. With that, I call upon those officials to stand shoulder to shoulder with us.
Okay, this is boring. You get the point. He's going to be more respectful. He's going to be a little bit more chill in Minneapolis, and he hopes that everything goes back to normal. They feel like they overdid it in a state that very loudly rejected them. I'm talking about the general populace, not the actual political establishment. They shook hands with the Democrats on everything returning to normal. Everything will return to normal. The beatings will continue. And that's pretty much it. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth, though.
Mac is from Richfield, Minnesota. Alex Preddy took care of his dad, Terrence Lee Randolph, when he was dying at the VA. He was his hospice nurse, essentially, and Alex honored his dad in this video. I just want to play that for our viewers.
Today we remember that freedom is not free. We have to work at it, nurture it, protect it, and even sacrifice for it.
Wait.
This morning, the administration is adjusting its tone.
This came out 10 minutes ago.
On the crackdown in Minneapolis.
Same policy, different badge, yeah.
I do not want to hear that everything's been done here has been perfect. Nothing's ever perfect, and anything be improved on. And what we've been working on is making this operation safer, more efficient, by the book. The mission is going to...
Yeah, but I haven't been streaming so much? No, I have. I stream 4 times a week, and I will stream 4 times this week. Just take it up with Twitch for not paying for their fucking server farms. When I streamed 2 days ago, it just didn't want to load. The stream kept effing. So I was like, fuck this, I have better things to do. That's it.
Improve.
But no, you will have a stream today. We'll have a stream on Saturday and on Sunday.
Because of the changes we're making internally. Based on the discussions I've had.
Thank you, though, bro. I appreciate it.
With the governor and the AG, we can start drawing down those resources as far as those looking for public safety threats being released and do it in the jail with much less people. So the drawdown is going to happen based on these agreements. But the drawdown can happen even more if the hateful rhetoric and the impediment and interference will stop.
I want to bring in CNN's Priscilla Alvarez, who covers immigration for us. You have been covering immigration for so long, Priscilla, and Tom Homan himself. He is a veteran, right, in DHS. What stood out to you from his press conference?
Well, Pamela, what we heard from Tom Homan this morning is really his classic approach to immigration enforcement. This is a philosophy that he has held for years, and that is essentially doing targeted enforcement operations, but not foreclosing that if there is another undocumented immigrant or immigrants in the vicinity, that they too can be swept up. So let's walk through what this means for Minneapolis. Well, first of all, Tom Homan had said that he is going to stay until the problem is gone.
You has that niqab eating in public technique locked down. Yeah, bro, dude. I watched, imagine, how did I learn how to actually eat during a stream? YouTube, how to eat in a niqab. What's up, Mike Bishop? 2 years strong, baby. Let's go. Fucking OG of the OGs. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you very, very much. Seriously, thank you for being here from the beginning.
So over the course of this news
You're like Mike, subscribe for 24 months like a crazy motherfucker.
Conference, he acknowledged multiple times that the status quo was not okay, and he had been having conversations with local and federal officials over the last several days to try to create a path forward. And that path forward, he said, is drawing down the number of federal agents who are in Minneapolis, but also hinging that on cooperation with local officials. Of course, one of the points of tension between the state of Minnesota and the city of Minneapolis, along with the federal government, is the cooperation with local jails. So giving notification to Immigration and Customs Enforcement if someone is being released from a jail that is undocumented and could pose a public safety threat. He said that he was having multiple conversations about that so that there can be more working together and collaboration between the federal government and the local officials. And he said that this is going to be more efficient and, quote, the mission is going to improve because of the changes we're making internally. But on targeted enforcement, this is something we've heard multiple times from Tom Homan, and it is very traditional for Immigration and Customs Enforcement generally, which is to say that they identify who they are going to go after, that in this case they would have a criminal record, and they would pursue that target in these operations. But there is also still the option of collaterals. That is what they're called within ICE. That means any undocumented immigrant that is in the area of that operation that they could take in because of immigration violation.
Any person with an accent, that's what they're saying.
So it doesn't foreclose the idea that may happen. But to give this...
Thank you, pandas. You guys helped to buy it.
It's a big picture. It means that there is an adjustment that goes away from the broad immigration sweeps that we had been seeing that have been led by Gregory Bovino, a top Border Patrol official. And in many ways, this speaks to the difference in philosophies. This is a veteran ICE official.
Bovino suicide watch, huh?
Who's coming in to do targeted ICE operations, the thing that ICE has done for years, compared to a Border Patrol official typically focused on border security doing sweeps in the interior of the United States. So tactically, this is expected to look different. We still don't know.
Wait, what's this?
Protesters taunted Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino outside his hotel as news broke that he has been booted out of Minneapolis by order of...
Man, I love the pettiness. It's very good.
President Trump. They were trying to make his last night in Minneapolis a sleepless one. This is how one hotel guest, believed to be an ICE agent, responded. He mooned the crowd. Minneapolis police formed a cordon to force the protesters back.
All those assembled dispersed immediately.
Published reports say that Bovino has been demoted in order to return to his home base in California, and that's not all. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, aka ICE Bar.
Dude, they went to his hotel and they screamed all night. Pissed him off so much that one of the chuds had to show his fucking ass, and the local PD had to come to disperse them. That is so petty. I love the energy. That is so petty. I love it.
Kirby is also reportedly on the outs with President Trump, this after a 2-hour sit-down last night in the Oval Office. Trump is said to be unhappy that Noam said slain Alex Preddy was out to kill law enforcement, a depiction that doesn't match videos shot by bystanders.
Very, very unfortunate incident. I don't like that he had a gun. I don't like that he had 2 fully loaded magazines. That's a lot of bad stuff. And despite that, I say that's a very unfortunate.
But even staunch supporters like Senator Ted Cruz are expressing concern.
Immediately when an incident like this happens, they come out guns blazing that we took out a violent terrorist. Hooray.
The First Lady stepped into the fray today in an interview on Fox and Friends.
I'm against the violence, so if you protest in peace. And we need to unify in these times.
But Megyn Kelly says Preddy, a VA hospital nurse, also made mistakes.
My mom spent her life as a VA nurse. Never in her wildest dreams would she consider going out there to impede law enforcement.
Sarah Meisner is the...
Yeah, because your mom was a dumb fucking piece of shit. How do I know? You're her fucking daughter. The other guy had fucking balls the size of a planet, and he went out there to protect his community and his neighborhood. Feelings that you will never be able to understand or comprehend, seeing as you don't live your life as a human being, but a tick constantly feeding off of public opinion, one clickbait at a time, until you feed yourself so full that you will understand that it no longer tastes good and that your life was a complete waste of time as you die in complete, not even infamy, but irrelevance. Sorry, was I saying that out loud? I thought about only thinking that.
Until we see it, but Tom Homan expressing some level of optimism that the federal government and local officials, can work together to an end that tamps down on the chaos within the city.
I'm not here because the federal government has carried this mission out perfectly.
What is this? You caused this. All of this blood is on your hands. Sit this one out, old man. Why do you spell Megan like that? Are you stupid? I love it. I love the energy. I love this energy very much, chat.
First thing I said to senior staff when I walked in here is what I told you earlier. I didn't come here looking for photo ops or headlines. I come here looking for solutions. And what we've been working on is making this operation safer, more efficient, by the book. The mission is going to improve.
With us now is Congressman Seth Magaziner, a Democrat from Rhode Island. He is a member of the Homeland Security Committee. Congressman, thank you for being with us. So the announcement, a drawdown is being planned. It's in the works, conditional, but it's being planned. Also said a focus now on targeted operations, which Homan admitted they got away from. How significant are these statements?
Well, first of all, no kidding, they haven't been targeted. And it's a shame that it has taken 2 dead American citizens, children being locked up, people having their houses barged into without warrants in order for this to happen. We never should have had this to begin with. And to be clear, it's not just Minneapolis. All across the country under the Trump administration, they've been violating people's civil liberties, including United States citizens, by being untargeted. By their own data, only about 5% of the people who they have.
Batman has something to say about ICE. Let's check it out. What the fuck, dude?
What the fuck are we doing here? Seriously, you have had months to prepare for this upcoming event. I don't give a damn if this is outside of decorum. People are dying on our streets every single day in this country because we allow this federal government to walk all over you. Look me in the eye. Can any one of you go home to your children and tell them that you did everything you could to protect their classmates? To protect them? I don't think you can, with the exception of Park. Thank you. I am disgusted by each and every one of you, with the exception of Councilmember Park, that you have not done something more. You need to affirm that no city resources will go to ICE, that no cooperation will be given to them. Because as of right now, I stand in front of a council of cowards. And if you do not act, you're not just cowards, you are traitors. Traitors to each and every individual you serve. You need to do something about getting these policies into writing, ensuring that your officers do not cooperate with ICE, ensuring that they cannot use city resources, that they cannot tap into city data before more people die. Yes, more people die. I don't think I need to go into how many people have been shot, how many people have been taken, how many children have been abducted and used as bait. I don't need to tell you that. You see it on the TV every single day. I don't want you to sit back and watch. I want you to fucking do something. I'm not begging you. I'm fucking demanding that you act with some semblance of a fucking spine. Do something!
When a guy in a Batman costume makes more sense than 98% of people in leadership, you know we are cooked. You know it is a crazy situation and we are cooked, okay? When Batman over here knows how to phrase the problem better than people in the fucking White House and in the White House's opposition, shit is interesting. Listen to the cosplayers, I say. The cosplayers understand the masses. The cosplayers shall form the mass line, and when we shall line up behind them.
Are people with violent criminal records. The vast majority of the people
Batman is a billionaire, not this one.
they've been detaining are
This one is an anti-oligarch billionaire.
people with no criminal records at all. And so, you know, it's good to hear someone in the administration finally telling the truth, that they have not been operating in a targeted way and that there needs to be change. It's just a tragedy that it's taken so many shattered families and unfortunately the killings of 2 Americans in order to get to this point. The other important thing I'd say is we can't take the administration at its word on anything. And I think we've learned that clearly. They've asked people to not believe what we've seen with our own eyes.
Okay, sorry, I cannot. So this is his desk. He sits at the desk and he works. So why is the camera... This is like me recording like this. I don't like Trump. He's bad. ICE, I don't like it. Why are they killing people? They should do it in darkness when nobody sees them. So we don't know the total number of victims. You get what I mean? I don't get it. Why is he recording like this? I can't watch it anymore. Now this is stuck in my head. Fart! Subscribing when I'm dropping the truths, the truth of the truths. Fern, I shall sing you a song. I love you, Fern, you have a big dong. When Fern drops me my fucking 10, I drop to the ground and say when. Thank you, Fern. Thank you very much for your taxes. Let's go. I was hoping that would go through while you were turned around. Oh, come on. That would have been even funnier. And then pizza for men. More taxes from the pizza man. Thank you very, very much. I had a pizza yesterday. Is that why? Is that why? I don't know. With pizza famine, you will never have a famine because pizza pays their taxes. Dum-dum. Thank you very much, Pizza Famine. We are very close to Gamba now. I can already smell it. I can already smell the snacks.
Welcome to the News Hour. The FBI.
Thank you, McGinn, baby. Thank you very much. We eating good. Anyways, let's move to more international politics. I've been covering ICE for a week straight.